Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to go over not only how to access Apex, but how to create folders to save your Apex work, as well as downloading and completing your study guide assignments. Now, please note that there are some classes that may not have study guides. They'll have other types of worksheets like practices, explores, etc. However, um, the process to download all of those worksheets is exactly the same. So what you need to do when you log on to your school issued laptop is go to CCPS Office 365. Once you do that, you're going to come to your Office 365 account. You're going to go to the waffle. Now you can see Apex Learning is already here for me because I've opened it. If it's not there for you, you're going to go to All Apps and type in Apex. It'll pop up. It's going to bring you to another window. The nice thing about going through this, you don't need to know your username and password. It will automatically sign you in. All of your VA classes will be over here. I'm going to use financial literacy because I know for a fact that those have study guides, as do most of the courses that we have. Like I said, there may be a few classes here and there like advanced PE or Fit for Life where they don't have study guides. It might be a practice or an explore, but either way, the process is still going to be the same. So you're going to click into your class. You're going to see all of your units. So let's assume that you are in financial literacy and your teacher told you that you need to complete the 211 study guide. So of course I have to go into 211. Here is where you're going to see the section where you need to download the study guide. Practices Explorers will appear in each of the modules in the same location. It may not be a pencil, it may be a bullseye, it may be some other visual, but either way, it will be labeled. So I click it. Another window pops up and you can see here is my study guide. Now I can't fill this in as it is. So I'm going to go up to where I see the arrow facing down. When I click it, it gives me two different options, Word and PDF. Every student has access to Microsoft Word, so I would highly recommend that students use that version to complete their study guides. However, there are some students who have Adobe Acrobat Reader and can actually complete a PDF file. However, not everyone has access to this, so I'm going to start by downloading this as a Word document, and then I will go back and download it as a PDF file so you could see both versions in this video. So I am in Google Chrome, so of course the way that it gets downloaded is it's going to pop up down here. If you use some other internet browser like Microsoft Edge, when you download it, it may just automatically open up. So once I do this, I open up my Word document. I have to hit Enable Editing in order for me to start filling it out. So I put my name here, we're good to go. Now, before I do anything, I need to make sure that I have a folder to save this Word document to, because if I try to save it to Office 365, trying to upload it through Apex Messages can be a pain. So I need to save it to my laptop, or what we call the desktop. So I'm going to go over here to my background, right click my mouse, hit New, Folder, and a nice folder pops up. I'm going to name my folder the class that this study guide is associated with. I'm going to open up the folder and I'm going to create mini folders within it with the unit numbers. So I know that I have a unit 3, a unit 4, etc. You can of course create all of the folders that you need. So now what I'm going to do, and I'll minimize this so you can see, I want to save this to that Unit 2 folder. And you know you're in Unit 2 because the first number of the guide will appear first. So I'm going to hit Save As, Browse. I'm going to go up to where it says Desktop, find my Financial Literacy folder, go to Unit 2. I don't need all that extra stuff. Hit Save, OK. And now my study guide is forever saved. So when I go into here, there it is. Previously, it was not in there. So now I have saved it. Now I can officially get started. What I'm going to do to make this that much easier on myself, I am going to minimize both my Word and my Apex tab, and I'm going to start filling this out. The first question that I have to do is on page 1, so it's indicating that here. Not all classes will tell you what slide numbers the answers are on, so you will have to pay attention. Financial literacy at least gives you the page number. Now, wage and hourly wage, you could see are right here. Because it's a definition, all I have to do is click it, and now I got my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Okay, and all I have to do now, because I've already saved it to my financial literacy folder, is hit save. Now, every time I add more work, it's a good idea to re-save the document. So as you can see, when I typed in this section, the save button pops up again. So I'm going to save it. Of course, I'm not done, but we want to move on and not waste your time. So that's how you do it in a Word document. Now let's say that you do have Adobe Acrobat Reader and you would like to fill out the PDF version, because the PDF version can be very helpful, especially when there's graphs or charts. Word makes it a little bit more difficult to fill those types of things out. So I'm going to click PDF file instead. I'm going to download. I'm going to Sorry for the break. What I needed to do is hit this little download button, and then of course your window is going to pop up, and you want to go to desktop again. So find my financial literacy folder. This is a Unit 2 document, and I'm going to go ahead and save this in. Now you don't see the original Word document because this is a different format. So I'm going to hit save. And there's my copy. What I need to do now, and this is a little bit different from using a Word document, in order for me to fill it out, I have to physically go to my folder on my desktop. You see the PDF version here. I'm going to right click, hit open with Adobe Acrobat Reader. Again, you don't have to go through this process if you're doing it through a Word document. So here it is, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so you can see. So in order for you to fill this out, again, because if I just do it this way, you can't fill it out, you have to go to where it says fill and sign. Now it's going to give you the ability to fill this out. And let me pull up my Apex slide again, minimize. So again, you can see the whole purpose here is a lot easier to have it side by side. And we have hourly wage. Okay, and you can see there's my answer. Now, before I do anything else, I want to save it. So I'm going to hit the little save button. Again, this is going to be a little bit different. Because I opened this through the Unit 2 folder, it's already going to ask, do I want to save it in the recent folder? And the answer is yes. So I'm going to click it. It's going to pop up. I'm going to hit save. Now, of course, it's asking me, do I want to replace it? Because I've gone over the original version, and the answer is yes. You always want to hit yes. If you've filled in any additional information onto your study guide, you always want to save over it. So I'm going to go down and show you that there are some instances here where, for example, on this page, it's asking students to fill in this time card. Again, if you're on a Word document, trying to fill this in is almost in a sense impossible. Not truly impossible, but it does take some knowledge of Word in order to do it. So I'm actually going to show you why some students elect to use the Adobe Reader over using Word. So here is slide 10. And here I am just going to click this mainly because I'm trying to save some time. As you can see, when students go through, the time card is actually getting filled out, and this is what they would put here. So for example, again, I can do this where I can put my name. It says hourly pay is $9 per hour. Again, this is a lot more difficult through Word, which is why if students have the Adobe Acrobat Reader, why some of them elect to use this, because they can fill this out way easier than in a Word document. In a Word document, what most students do is put their answers underneath the graphic because they can't write on top of it. Okay, and just like always, make sure that you hit save and go through. Okay, so that is how you would fill out both a Word and a PDF file document. So you have both and you can pick and choose based on what your computer applications you actually have. Now I do need to stress that because you can put them side by side, and because, as you can see, you can get the answers directly from Apex. Students should not be using any outside resources in order to complete their study guides or any other worksheet through Apex. That would be considered cheating, as they are only supposed to be using Apex to get their answers. Hopefully you found this video helpful. The other video that you will watch will show you how to turn in your completed study guides once you have finished the entire thing, because that is the expectation, that students have to fill in the entire thing before they send it to their teachers. Thanks so much for watching.